So guys, can you tell me a little bit about Stacks+Joules, what it is and how we got started?
Sure. So basically Stacks+Joules is a nonprofit workforce education program where we teach high school seniors mainly IoT, like Internet of Things skills, built environment knowledge, as well as soft professional skills, all towards jobs in the really growing building automation space.
So I was saying earlier, taught high school math for 25 years and led faculties. And as I was doing that, I saw like the strategy that was most successful, especially with students who had been turned off to math, was contextualize. Make it real, and then they're able to understand and be motivated better, right? So I'm looking for context. John's pursuing his career in tech. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah. So let's see, like the past 7 years, I worked on Alphabet's smart city team. So actually doing the Link NYC tablets in the city and doing a lot of rollout of kind of smart city technology and opportunities with IoT. And so Mike and I had obviously been in touch and over the years, and I kept on trying to figure out some way to bring technology into his world, and he was trying to figure out some way to bring education into mine. And we just kept on kind of hammering back and forth on each other, and eventually, really the opportunity in this industry of building automation came up, and I was starting to learn about that through Google. I mean, they have a big play in the IoT space.
I heard about something in Canada, it's pretty big.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of smart city initiatives that really rely on this whole infrastructure, and then hearing about the job opportunity and the trainability of this community, that's where I really saw this like slam dunk opportunity of like, wow, there's a burgeoning field that needs a lot of workforce, and there's a whole unaddressed audience, and rather than just going to, computer schools or going to CMU or wherever and getting more engineers and putting that into the field, why don't we go somewhere where we haven't looked and haven't really harvested a lot of the brains and genius from, go into those high schools, get those students before they're going to go into college, get them into a job that then can then help them pay for and ladder up towards that college degree. That kind of earning while you learn model is, I really think it's the new trend of how we're going to educate our workforce, because this whole, I'm going to take 4 years, spend a lot of money, not really do anything, and then hop out into the employment scene, you're falling behind because there's so much technological advancement going on that, I came out of college and, when I came out, web was brand new and I started learning the web. But if I had just started learning the web 4 years and then came out, the whole web would have gone right by because technology advanced and HTML was no longer in vogue. So, I mean, things keep advancing. So we need people to be plugged into the actual projects that are really going on to advance. Like
I think I hear the term like just-in-time learning, which to me means so we work with industry partners to see what skills and dispositions
They want.
will you hire,
Yeah.
right? So what are those exact things? Let's pinpoint it, rather than trying to fill up all of these general ideas of backgrounds and general knowledge, or saying like, oh, we're going to train until we get that specialist. Rather, you're saying, okay, just in time, that first hire, what are the individual, really targeted skills, knowledge, and dispositions? And so that cuts out all of these sort of prerequisites that are actually barriers. They're barriers that are set up. And that was my shift from math to coding and workforce development was, I care about my students.
Yes.
And that's what's driving me,
Yeah.
right? And I'm seeing that I'm getting students to be successful in the school environment with math. I taught in a youth prison. I taught in a school, incredible school in Minnesota that re-engaged students who had been, kicked out or sort of separated from schools. And so I get them successful, right? Passing the tests they need to, get them, support them with their FAFSA and into post-secondary programs, and then life catches up with them. And it's not about being able to pay for school, it's about they're homeless.
Yeah.
They're literally homeless. You know, we see all of these statistics in California about the number of students that are in college who are homeless.
Yeah.
They can't, they're food insecure. That's what they're dropping out for.
Yeah.
And that's why we have such terrible attrition in post-secondary education programs, is a lot of those pressures that they feel. So now they have debt.
Yes.
And they don't have the degree to be able to be in a position to pay it off. And so now they're really there. So focusing on math, I didn't see it as actually helping them. I saw it as like a setup.
Yeah.